sure my mom was just trying to protect me. Now that there's only one of us left, I thought it was time I heard the stories. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
What? You're gonna eat your goldfish?
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat.
So I...
I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Go find something else. He wants me to pop this.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating.
I hate this game.
I was a shark.
What? What? Okay, so where's... Oh,
I got closer and closer.
it's my room.
All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
So this is my family. This is my family tree. Alright, let's hear Barbara's story.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch.
Which way do I go? This way?
Walter, are you there? Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hookman, and was speechless. He was quite smashing.
OMG.
And he was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara. There's gotta be another way out of here.
She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it.
Oh yeah, my little brother's here somewhere. Where did that come from?
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned.
Where does it want me to go?
He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
That's a cool chair. He's gone.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
Where'd the hook go?
Someone at the door was dying to speak to young Barbara. At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear.
Ew.
Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Alright, let's see what happened to Walter, shall we? Alright, let's see what happened.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
He lived in the basement for 30 years?
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. I'm done waiting.
Yeah?
I have to leave. Well, I still can. I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month.
He's trying to hide from like his
Or a
family
single
curse. Is he gonna get hit by a train?
I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe two, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself. and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real. I don't know if I should even be writing this.
What's that?
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
Okay. You guys ready to see what Sam's story is? Let's see. Ooh, this will be like pictures. Oh, look at that selfie.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged. Perfect.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Now keep yourself square. Great shot, Dawn!
Ugh, why would you take a photo of that? That's disgusting.
I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay?
Bad.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Alright, let's see what happened to Lewis.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on.
What?
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. The palace would be packed with his companions. His queen waited, holding his crown. Bend down his head.
Anything for you, my queen.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. until supper when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Oh, dang.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories! I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
A nursing home van? Oh my god. Let's read my grandma's book.
Oh. Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful.
Ew.
No, I've seen that house every day of my life.
We gotta make our way out to the old house.
I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
Just keep hitting W, Grandma.
I got turned around. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
What else?
But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me.
Okay, so this is my old house?
Or maybe I came back to them.
Okay.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
"It's mine."
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car.
We never got to finish the book?
I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly.
Uh-oh.
She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
So I've, like...
This journal was supposed to be for you.
Inherited this house.
But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
What?
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.